Hi there, my name is Justin Spenser, and look, thank you for taking the time to opt into my page. I actually wanted to do this free training out here in my balcony in my penthouse that I'm privileged to have over here in Phoenix, Arizona. See, everyone who has been looking for a way to make money online, regardless of whether this is the very first time you have ever tried to approach how to actually make money online, or if you've been through the motions, if you've tried other things like affiliate marketing, blogging, search engine optimization, pay-per-click, all of that other stuff out there. There's a million ways to do it, obviously. But the one key thing that multiple, six-figure marketers like myself have in common with, other people that are successful six-figure and seven-figure earners is a profitable mailing list. And see, your ability to actually create a profitable mailing list is going to be the thing that separates you, from the other people who are not at the place they want to be with their online income, right? So what I want to accomplish with you on this training call is, first of all, I'd like to tell you a brief little bit about myself in case you don't know me, and a little bit about my backstory. So my name is Justin Spenser, and I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I've had the privilege of doing internet marketing full-time basically for the last 3 years, since 2011, May of 2011, and I've really had the opportunity to have and experience some incredible success. I've actually built 5 successful businesses, and I've sold 3 of those, and I'm actually working with the 2 businesses that I still own right now, and I'm scaling them and just doing an awesome job. Okay, so the scope and the content of this training session that we're doing right now and today is going to be me showing you the exact formula that I have successfully used myself and taught to over 20 people who have successfully replicated this formula, okay, to actually achieve a profitable mailing list to start making great money, right? So I have 4 students right now making a full-time living online, and I actually have one guy who is basically hovering around the 6-figure mark, and he's only actually been in the coaching for 3 months as of shooting this video, right? So it's very exciting stuff. So if you listen and you pay close attention, you're going to learn an awful lot about how to build a successful mailing list, okay? So let's get started. Every mailing list needs some type of offer, some type of bait, some type of hook that you can use to get people excited and enticed to actually be on your list, right? So in order to accomplish this, you need to have some type of product or some type of report or some type of training or some type of anything really. So if this is your first time doing this, how do you approach it? How do you get started? How do you feel comfortable sharing some content, sharing some value with the world? Okay, so one of the things that I will teach my students who want to be a success in the niche market of internet marketing and making money online and list building, which is one of my favorite categories and topics to teach upon, is I actually tell them to basically reveal some type of valued content, like I'm about to do for you right now. So for example, let me show you something. Let me show you what a list building machine or a list building funnel that gets a break even looks like. So in other words, when you buy traffic from solo ads or Facebook traffic or Bing or Google or blogs or any type of media, and you send the traffic, the first thing you want to do is send them to an opt-in page, right? And then the second thing you want to do is send them to some type of offer, which could be an ebook or report. So what I teach my students how to do is actually create an information product that they can sell. Okay, so what do you talk about in the information product, right? Well, that's the beauty of it. You can teach people how to make money with affiliate marketing or forum marketing or any basically video marketing, or you can teach people literally what you're learning right now. You can teach people what a squeeze page is, what an autoresponder is, what a web host is, what a domain registrar is, and if you don't know what those things are right now, it's okay. You'll learn those things as we go on through this presentation, and I'm going to do my very best to kind of speak a little bit slower. That way I don't leave a few people behind here, because I get really excited, right? And it's very easy for me to start talking at a fast tempo. So I'll try and keep a pulse on that and slow it down a little bit so we don't rush into things too quickly here. Okay, so things that you can talk about in a report, some type of value in a free report. You can talk to somebody on the other end. You can say something like, learn 3 secret traffic sources that will allow you to quickly build a list, or 3 secret traffic sources that you can use right now to grow your customer base, or to get new sales or to get new leads for your business, whether you're in the dog training niche or the fitness niche or the internet marketing niche, right? So in a report, you could list 3 places. You could talk about like Google, you could talk about Facebook, you could talk about YouTube. Then Even if you weren't aware of this knowledge, you can research it. You can explain to the person who's on the other side of the report reading it, how they can go about setting up a video channel on YouTube, a few key suggestions about how they can do their video marketing. For example, being outside, having a nice board, dressing to look nice and presentable and professional, being confident and monitoring their physiology and looking good and actually sharing value, right? So everything I'm doing right now is the same type of thing that I would teach my students, and the same thing I do teach my students to basically help them succeed, right? So without going into too much of the how-to, let me just tell you what it is we have to do, okay? So here's how it works. First thing we need is a squeeze page. This is also known as a lead capture page. Okay, after we build one of these bad boys, the next thing we do is we send the traffic to some type of offer page. Okay, I'll just put a little bubble over here. A big T that stands for traffic. Traffic is very easy to get, it's very easy to generate when you know what to say and you know who to say it to. That's stuff we can go over soon. Okay, so what you do is you buy traffic either with solo ads or with Facebook or a different PPC media. You send them to your squeeze page and then you send them to your offers page. Okay, this is the basis of what a list building machine looks like. However, these two elements, okay, step number one and step number two, many people can do. Oh, sorry. It is a little bit windy up here, so we're up on the 33rd floor. So let me put this eraser in my back pocket. Okay, got it. We're safe and secure now. All right. So as I was saying, many people get hung up on these two steps. Okay, before they don't make this happen. Before they end up quitting or getting focused on something else. Okay, so what happens after you're able to get past these two steps? Right, you build a giant list. Okay, and then a list, as I'm sure you probably heard before, is literally a license to print money when you know what you're doing. Matter of fact, every single time myself or one of my students send an email, every single time, I'm talking, if they send 100 emails, they're going to make money from every single email they ever sent. I am not joking, okay? But the way I teach list building, the way I teach how you can monetize your list, you are going to make money every single time. Every single time you make money. You're not going to send an email and not make money. That's not going to happen. You're going to make money every single time. Okay? And why is that? We'll get into that in a moment. So stick with me and I'll explain to you exactly why that is, okay? So the squeeze page. What does a squeeze page look like, okay? So a squeeze page looks like this. I'm going to put a little example under it. Example. Okay? You basically have a title where you put your proposition or your offer or your hook or your bait, okay? And then you have an opt-in box and a button. Okay, that was a very big opt-in box where they put in their email, and they can put in their name too if you want, and then they click on the button right here. Okay, that is step number one. Once you have a good squeeze page up, you're good to go. What happens when they submit this is it'll get added to an email marketing service like Aweber or GetResponse or Infusionsoft, and the person will start getting emails. Okay, but let's not overcomplicate this. Let's take it one step at a time. The next thing that happens is, after they opt into the squeeze page, we're going to an offer page. Now listen, the secret to list building is this page right here, step number two. That's the secret to list building, because the moment you have an offer that pays for the traffic, okay, that is when you can build your list for free. And when you can build your list for free, my friend, you can imagine what's going to happen when you have a large list and it did not cost you anything to create that list, okay? Let's go over an example. Let's say you spend $35 on 100 clicks, either on Facebook or either on solo ad. Let's say that you have an offer on your page that's $7, okay? This is really simple. You can set up a $7 offer in a day, in 2 hours. I'm not joking, maybe 1 hour, okay? I've done it sometimes faster than that. I've set up an offer that took me 45 minutes and published it on a forum, and I've gotten loads of sales immediately, okay? That's how simple this stuff can be. And I want you to know how simple it can be. So you can create results like this for yourself no matter what your experience is or your background is or how many times you failed in the past. Like myself, I have failed a bajillion times, and that's allowed me to get to where I am today. The same thing is applicable for you. Okay, so let's say you spent $35 on 100 clicks. We'll call it solo ad clicks for this one. Okay, if you have a $7 product on your pitch page, your offer page, right? All you need is 5 sales, okay, to make back that $35. Are you with me? So you got $7 times 5, 35 bucks. Okay, what's going to happen is, let's say you get a 50% opt-in rate on this page right here, the squeeze page. So you got 100 clicks that you bought, and 50% of those people opted in, they put in their email. So these 50 people saw your offer page, and then 5 of those 50 people immediately bought the $7 product. So what does that leave us with? That leaves us with the following. You got let me erase that real quick. That leaves us with 45 prospects on a list, okay, on your mailing list, and it leaves us with 5 buyers on your list, okay? What happens when you successfully execute these 2 steps? What happens, okay, when you have a system, a sales funnel, set up like this, designed like this, you can rinse and repeat this exact process as many times as you want to get to a 5,000 list, a 10,000 list, up to 30,000 subscribers on your list, okay? You can just literally keep buying traffic and building your buyer list and building your prospect list, okay? What happens when you have a large buyer list? How do we monetize once we have this large list? What do we do with it, right? Well, obviously you can sell them your own products, your own services, but here's what I like to do, and here's what I like to teach my students how to do. You can turn around and sell something called a solo ad. What is a solo ad? A solo ad is basically when you send out a broadcast or you send out an email to your list, okay, and people open up your email and they click on a link in your email. You send it out in the form of an advertisement. Every time someone clicks on a link in your email, you're going to get paid. You can get paid anywhere from 35 cents up to 70 cents per click or more. Can you imagine if you had a list of 10,000 people following this simple 2-step process, and let's say this list was doing, let's be conservative and say it's only doing 200 clicks a day. And now let's say, okay, you're doing 6,000 clicks a month, so you're doing 6,000 clicks a month, and let's say you're charging on average 50 cents a click. Okay, that means you are making $3,000 per month, okay? And that is assuming that you're only selling 1 solo ad per day. So let me back up a little bit. Okay, you have this, you do the 2-step formula, you get the 10,000 to a 10,000 list, okay? And then what you can do is you can approach other people looking to build their list, and you can sell them a solo ad so that they can send your traffic to an offer much like the one you set up, right? And then when you do that, you can actually pre-book yourself, 2 weeks in advance. What does that mean? That means that, you get paid up front. So in a 30-day period, okay, you can make 45 days of pay. In other words, instead of $3,000, you can make $4,500 a month, okay? Doing 200 unique clicks a day, selling at 50 cents if you're pre-booked 2 weeks in advance before reinvesting. So obviously you're going to want to keep buying traffic and pumping it to your squeeze page and your offer page so you're getting fresh leads to your list as well, okay? And this is just one model to do it. I have 4 students right now making anywhere from $2,000 in net profits up to $8,000 or more every single day. As a matter of fact, one of my students told me yesterday that he made $2,000 in one day. Okay, that's what's possible with this stuff. Okay, I do very, very well with this model myself. I make well into the multi-6-figure range doing this simple 2-step formula that I have taught my students. As a matter of fact, no one that I am currently aware of in the solo ad marketplace has actually built a more effective sales funnel than myself. On average, every time I buy traffic to my squeeze page and my offer page, I make $3 back for every $1 I spend to build my list. Can you imagine making $3 for every $1 you spend while you're growing an asset of buyers and prospects? Now you may say, Justin, that's great, this is cool, but how many other people are doing this, Justin? I mean, if you already have 20 successful students, Justin, isn't this going to be saturated? Well, no. I'm glad you asked, but the answer is no. It's not even close to saturation, okay? The reason why is because the ratio of people who have traffic i.e. big lists, is about 99 to 1. And the reason is because those other 99% of people are not watching this video of me, that you're watching right now, and they're not aware of this formula. Because if they were aware of this formula, the other 99% would probably be keen on selling traffic while growing their businesses. So who do you sell your traffic to? Well, you sell to people in any multi-level marketing opportunity to have a work-from-home business, like My Top Tier Business, Six-Figure Mentors, Power Network. Okay, there's a range of Wake Up Now, Brain Abundance, the Skinny Fiber. Okay, there's a range of opportunities like that in a lifestyle network. You can sell traffic to individuals who want to get sales from your traffic, from your email clicks, okay? This can be fully automated, fully delegated. If you wanted to, you can work as little as 15 to 30 minutes a day, okay? Simply by hiring a virtual assistant to send out the emails for you, okay? You can imagine how simple it is to explain to someone how to send an email, right? I bet you even if you on the other end watching this are not a technical guru, which I sure as heck am not, okay? I'm definitely not at all. The tech stuff kind of frightens me. I love talking about this stuff, the big picture concept, and I love doing it, but I have technical people who enjoy the technical stuff to do the technical stuff, and if you're in that boat, you can do the same thing. It's very simple, and it's not difficult to do, okay? So that is what the two-step formula, to building a 10,000 list. You can build this list, and it's a 10,000 list in as little as 90 days, okay? I've had one guy do it in 42. He built 12,000 subscribers, I think, in 42 days. Because he followed this two-step formula, he followed the principles that I shared with him, that I'm sharing with you right now, and he was able to do this. It's the same person who actually told me he made $2,000 yesterday night. Okay, so it's very exciting stuff. Right, so you might be thinking, Justin, okay, this is good stuff. I like that two-step formula, Justin. So you might have some questions for me. So what are some questions that you might be thinking of? Okay. So Justin, how much does it cost to set up a system like this? Right. That's a good question. How much does it cost to do this? How much time does it take? Okay, how much time does let's do something like this? How much time does it take? Do I need experience? Okay. Okay, do I need capital? Okay, these are all good questions to ask. Okay, I like this, Justin. How do I get started? Please pardon my, I'm definitely not Picasso here when it comes to my artwork. I can barely write. So how much does this cost to set something like this up? Well, the cost of trying to figure out how to successfully, do that two-step system, to set up an offer page that actually sells your product. So you got to create the product, you have to sell it, right? Obviously that process is scary. If you've never done it before, let's face it, that's a little scary. So how much does it cost you to do that on your own? Well, I can tell you that it can cost you a ton of heartache, a ton of struggle, a ton of frustration, a ton of overwhelm, to the point where you might decide not to continue if you go at it alone. Okay, so how much does it cost to do something like this? Well, if you would like to work with me, you can. Okay, I'll be posting a button under this video that you can click on, in a few minutes if it's not there already, where you can actually apply to work with me. Okay, and if I think we're a good fit, I'll have my assistant go through the applications, and if she likes what you put on your application, we can talk about actually working together, right? So how much does this cost? Well, if you try and do it by yourself, it can cost you a ton of time, a ton of energy, a ton of frustration and overwhelm, and it might not be your best card to do it like that. So if you did want to work with me, that's probably your next question. All right, Justin, let's work together. I like your blue shirt. I like the view that you got in Phoenix over there, Justin. What's your price? Well, my friend, that depends on all different kinds of things. It depends on what your specific goal is. It depends on what your specific situation is. It depends on how much access you need to me. See, if you have large goals, we might need to work together longer, which might make the tuition or the investment, it might be a different number, right? It depends on you. It depends on your situation, like I was saying. It depends on what you are looking to achieve. So that's something that you and I could discuss on a call if I believe that you are the right person, okay, to work with someone like me, so I can turn you into my next success story, okay? I have 20 people plus, actually 25 now, successfully doing this stuff. And because it's not rocket science, you know what's difficult? I'll tell you what's difficult. What's difficult is trying to go over to NASA and build a spaceship and land on the moon. That's difficult. This stuff, my friend, even if you've never set up a squeeze page before or an offer page before, done a $7 little offer before, that's cool. Okay? Many people are in the same in the same canoe, the same boat. And most of my students approach me and never made a dime online before. Okay, they've never even built a squeeze page before. In fact, they didn't even know what it was. Okay, or an offer page, or their own product, ever before. None of them, okay? Almost none of them. I would say 80 or 90% were in that boat. And most of them, I would say 80% or more of my students have this structure I just laid out for you already set up, already working for them. They're generating revenue, they're making sales. Some people are making staggeringly high profits on this stuff because they're simply focusing on it and they're listening and they're paying attention to the stuff that I had to share with them to make the stuff work, right? Because it's not hard once you get a little bit of momentum and you focus on it, right? Just like anything else in life. Remember the first time you hopped behind a car or started learning how to ride a bike or maybe swimming, if you can remember that far back? Obviously it was scary at first until you did it a few times, okay? And if you're a guy on the other end of watching this and you see an attractive woman and you're single and you go, oh my God, the first couple of times you're trying to approach a woman who's attractive, it's intimidating, right? Until you get some momentum, some confidence, and you get the hang of it, okay? So the cost is variable. I mean, it's based upon you. It's based upon how long you think we should work together. It's based upon the length of time and the level of access you need to me, and we go from there, okay? So how much time does it take to do this? Okay, well, some of my students, I can tell you, it takes them 2 to 3 months to set up this two-step system. Sometimes it takes people a week, okay? It's based upon, it's based upon how much effort. Okay, if you put 30 minutes towards this every single day, I can tell you you're going to make some massive progress. If you put an hour towards this every day, you're going to make some crazy progress, okay? If you put 2 hours towards this every day, you can have this system set up in a month where you are generating sales, building a buyer list, and you're doing all of these things, right? So that you can build a profitable mailing list and make money with it, okay? So how long does it take? Well, once again, that's based upon you. Now listen, if you're on the other end and you have a full-time job, or if you have kids with the job, or if you're a full-time student, you have multiple things going on, that's okay. A lot of my current students are in the same boat. Some of my students can only dedicate an hour a week. Some can do an hour a day, and some can do more than that, okay? No matter what your current situation is as far as time, if you plan it out, give yourself at least 20 to 30 minutes to go through the training, okay, that comes with working with me, okay? So if I didn't make this clear already, this training presentation is to show you what is possible for you in your situation. And it's also me explaining to you what I can help you accomplish, okay? I want to be your coach. I want to coach you if I feel that you are coachable and if I feel that you are the right quality candidate who can really commit to something like this. That's what makes you a quality candidate, if you're wondering. If you can actually commit to this. If you say, Justin, I promise you that I will follow your advice to the letter and I won't quit, then I will seriously give you a shot here. Okay, and there's some other factors that go into the qualification process. As you can imagine, my time is very limited as well. So, the time, once again, is based upon, it's based upon you. So I've had people go from 0 to $8,000 a month in 58 days. I've had people go from 0 to $3,000 in 42 days. I've had other people, 4 or 5 months increase their income to $8,000. So, and I have other people making a couple $100s a month take home who have been doing it part-time and are still focusing on it and are scaling up, okay? Do I need experience? Nope. As a matter of fact, if you do have experience, there might be some things you might need to unlearn because there can be a lot of negative barriers already in your mind that I'm going to help you tackle and smash so that we can get you on the fast track to this stuff and to make it this big success. So do you need experience? No. Do you have to be a technical genius? Not at all. I'm certainly not. None of my students really are. I mean, I have 1 or 2 people who are tech savvy, but the other 18 plus people in the group are not technical geniuses, and neither am I. So no. Do I need capital? Okay, let me be clear here. This is not some type of free opportunity where, if you're someone who's looking for a handout, wants me to just give you my time until you succeed, where if you're already thinking in your mind, oh, this is great, maybe Justin will coach me and I can pay him a part of my profits to work together. That's not how this works. Okay, this is not Harvard, this is not MIT, this is not a community college. Okay, so the fee is not going to be $20,000 a year like I personally paid when I went to college for 2 years before I left. It's not going to be $20,000. It's not even going to be $10,000. Matter of fact, it's nowhere near there. Okay, but recognize if you want a part of my time, you have to invest in your success. You have to invest in the partnership. There will be a tuition involved. Okay, that's just how it is. And this is in place so that you also understand how valuable this stuff is, so you actually take action on it. And regardless of whether or not you have the tuition accessible or not, there's ways to make that happen. If you are someone seriously committed to your success, it's that simple. Are you going to succeed? Yes or no? If the answer is a yes, then you'll succeed. It's just a matter of time. Okay, so it's that black and white. It's that simple. There's really not that many shades of gray there. So do you need capital? Yes, you do. Okay, if you're coming to me right now and you're watching this video, and I hope you got a lot of value out of it, but you might not be the best candidate right now if you are, behind on your bills and you're not at a point where you have some momentum enough where you can focus clearly. So basically, I would like people watching this video to be acting towards me and to apply to work with me, acting out of inspiration because you want a better life. And if you are in a desperate situation, that's okay. You still might be a qualified person. It might be worth both of our time to work together, okay? Even if you are in a state of desperation, because I've been in a state of desperation massive times when I've had coaches, and it worked out for me, and I know that it can work out for you too as well, okay? That's why they make such thing as credit cards. You can go to chase.com right now and apply for a credit card. Even if you have fair credit, you'll get approved. You can have access to this. You have to invest in your education. You go to school or college, it's at least $3,000 normally for most places a semester, right? And what do they teach you? They assign you homework assignments to read out of a book, and then they hand you a piece of paper, but you get no return on your investment unless, years later you successfully get a job that pays you a get by or survival fee of $30,000 a year or something like that. This is nothing like that. What you will learn when you work with me is a skill set you'll have for life to produce as much money as you'll ever want to make. And that's no joke. I can guarantee that you will be successful when you work with me if you make the promise to me and yourself that you won't give up. If you don't give up on yourself, I will not give up on you either, and you can be successful doing this stuff. Okay? Doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter what you've tried before, your past does not equal your future. You can absolutely be successful with this formula. Okay, I like this, Justin. So how do I get started? Before I go into that, I'm trying to think of some other questions that you might be having. So what other things might be currently on your mind that I might not have approached or thought about yet that you could be thinking about? Okay, so I think I just about covered the core questions that will matter. Let me be specific. I am going to be teaching you how to build a list building business, and the money is going to be coming from you selling solo ads. And I'm going to teach you every step of the way how to do that. I'm going to teach you a system where you have people attracting to you. People come to you. You don't chase anybody. You attract them. They all come to you begging to buy your traffic. That's how I teach it. That's how my students have learned it. They are very successful with this attraction-based model. I teach attraction marketing. I'm not going to teach you how to chase people. I'm going to teach you how to attract people, okay? I'm going to teach you influence. I'm going to teach you how to get good results for other people that say, thank you, thank you, John, or thank you, Susie, or thank you, Amy, or thank you, Justin. You got me these opt-ins, you got me these sales. I'm so happy. When can I book my next solo? Matter of fact, here's my good buddy over here, Scott, he's going to want to buy a solo from you. When's your next date? That's how I teach it. Those are the types of expectations you can have when you link arms with me and you get access to the systems and the way I teach you how to have a successful list building solo ad business, okay? This is strictly limited to the make money online, work from home, business opportunity space. You're going to be servicing a market of people who are looking to grow their businesses with your traffic exclusively in the make money online world. That is exactly what this training is structured to do and accomplish. So if you came here looking for dog training tips or something, or weight loss or fitness, this is not going to be the program for you, okay? This is not for you, okay? So that being said, Justin, how do I get started? You can get started under this video. There's going to be a button or a link that's going to take you to an application page. Go ahead and fill out every single box in that application page. Fill out all the information. Tell me your heart's desires. Tell me why you want this. Tell me why you must make a difference in your life. Tell me why you want to accomplish more in life. Tell me why you want to have an amazing view like this, or spend more time with your son or your daughter or your family, or to help pay for your sisters or brothers' loans, or to, just have more time for yourself, right? Or more time with your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or significant other. Tell me what your why is. Tell me why you must make the difference. Tell me why you want to take this two-step system to 10,000 subscribers or more to make that life-changing income right now. Tell me why it is on your application. Tell me why you must succeed. Tell me why I have to consider working with you. Tell me why I have to consider your application. Tell me why. Tell me why, okay? Obviously, spaces are limited. I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm saying that because I'm one guy. I cannot work with tons and tons of people, because I do give you some of my one-on-one attention, okay? And there's only so much of that to go around. I only have so much energy, right? So it's been a super pleasure getting a chance to connect with you on the other end over here. Thank you very much for putting up with me in my blue shirt and following me as I went through and explained this two-step formula to you. Now, please, apply below. I'm anxious and excited and eager to hear from you. I would love to have you as my next success story. Like I said, I have over 20 students actively, proactively doing this stuff, and many of them are already achieving a full-time income in as little as 2 to 3 months. Okay, your results might vary based upon how much time you put towards this stuff. But you invest in yourself, I will invest back in you. This is not my first rodeo, okay? I have been doing this stuff for a while now. I am very competent and confident that I am the man, the guy that can help you get to the next level, to get those results that you want by helping you build a profitable mailing list. All right, thank you, my friend. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. I look forward to seeing your application, and it would be a real pleasure to get a chance to talk to you on the phone and potentially work with you and help you reach your goals and your dreams. All right, thank you, and enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, and evening. And God bless. Take care.